Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick L. Young here with Toby the Pug for another IPO video discussing the world of life and investments. Timing is everything, a maxim which exists in many languages throughout the world. Nowhere is this more true than within the investment genre. Truly, all ideas in investment are great ideas. The difficulty is that a lot of the ideas themselves don't quite match up with what the real world has in store for the particular time when we make those investment decisions. In that sense, timing is truly everything. And therefore, one thing we have to think about when we take responsibility for our investments is that there are lots of possibilities, lots of events, lots of things that can happen that are completely outside our control. We're not even talking about trying to be King Canute and controlling the tides. This is truly a vastly complex marketplace, as I've talked about before, which interacts with pretty much most of the 7.4 billion people that are on planet Earth at the moment in some way, shape or form. And therefore, when we try to time our investments, sometimes they may just be horribly wrong. So, what can we do to allow for our timing? Improving our timing can to a certain degree be a little bit like trying to employ a better gypsy with a higher wavelength, better frequency, more high density crystal ball. That's obviously difficult to get in this day and age, mostly because it seems that the gypsy fraternity are still largely analog in their crystal balls, as opposed to using digital versions. However, what we need to do at all points in time with everything that we make a decision on is have an exit plan. By exit plan, I mean the same sort of exit plan that fighter pilots generally have when they strap themselves into their jets. They have ejector seats, parachutes, map, compass, probably some sort of weapon, a few bits of food and drink, and things to generally survive, just in case they happen to fall into the middle of a desert somewhere and nobody can get to them for a couple of days. What I mean is, we need to have an escape plan worked out. And when we make an investment, it's vitally important to understand that yes, you are, of course, hugely optimistic that this is going to work, but for various reasons beyond our control, it simply may not happen. If it doesn't happen, if our timing is wrong, then what we have to have is a way to get out of it. And this is why no investor should ever make a decision to invest in anything without having a series of ways to reverse the position. In trader language, we call these a stop. And a stop order is actually an order that sits below the market, below where you bought into the overall position. And ultimately, it will take out your position if the market goes down to that level. What you need to have in your head is a thought about risk. How much money will you lose on each position as you go along? What will your stop be? Because therefore, trust me, the secret to making money, either as short-term traders or long-term investors, it's actually not so much about making money itself, it's about not losing money, not losing a lot of money. There are many people who go in and buy the greatest, most incredible, most amazing technology stock of all time, and for various reasons they lose lots of money. Quite often it may not even be because the technology is particularly wrong, but they may have chosen the wrong time in the market. February 2020, for example, when you could buy lots of stocks of incredible companies, amazing technology entities, fabulous banks, everything looked absolutely sunny and rosy because we were at the top of the market. 1 month later, lots of those shares are down 20, 30, even 50 and more %. What you need to have is an emergency backup plan. When are you going to get rid of those positions? Because I see a lot of people who wait until they've lost 20, 30, 40%, at which point in time they go, oh my goodness, I've got to sell everything now. And ultimately, they've lost a great deal more than if they restricted their losses to only 5 or 10% in the first place. So, eventually we'll get into the maths of stops and risk and so on later in this series, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, what I want to make you aware of is the fact that 1, timing is everything, and 2, the timing gods just might not be on your side a lot of days. If they're not, you can't go around blaming the rest of the universe. Take responsibility for it, admit the fact that yes, you've been unlucky, but get yourself out of that position. get out of it as fast as possible because, as the old trader song goes, the first cut is not the deepest. My name is Patrick L. Young. Thank you for watching the IPO video with myself and Toby the Pug.